So I thought the MTK Global, with me I've got the greatest of all humans, none other than Matthew Macklin, looking very Clark Kent-esque today, Matt. What's going on?
I'm trying. Grabbing the old bandit as well.
Yeah, marketing. Let's talk a little bit about today, a bit of a shock to everyone that Amir Khan linking up with Eddie Hearn. Did you expect this announcement?
No, but I think it's good news. I think Amir Khan's a huge name, big crossover star. And boxing's, I don't think, ever been better in the UK and on Sky, and just in the UK in general. Probably globally, I don't think boxing's ever been better, stronger. And Amir Khan's one of the big names, and Cal Brook moving up to 154. Who knows that quite? Because maybe Amir Khan moves up to 154 at some point. If he doesn't, there's still big, huge fights out there. What about Amir Khan and Errol Spence? Rematch with Danny Garcia. He's fighting Brandon Reyes, Keith Thurman. The welterweight division, rich. Amir Khan's one of the most exciting fighters in the world. Yeah, he's had his losses, but he's always bounced back. He's got his vulnerabilities. Who hasn't? And if anything, it makes him more exciting. So, Amir Khan's like. You were watching an Amir Khan fight, because you're going to see excitement no matter what happens. And the fact that, he could get clipped and it could be all over, it just makes it more exciting. So I think it's great news.
Would you ever consider going into the jungle or into celebrity dancing or one of these kind of shows? Would you, if the opportunity came about for yourself to do that, would you take it?
Strictly Come Dancing, and you see me on the dance floor.
Well, you're dressed like you're ready to go in there now, to be fair.
I'd be stiffer than Calzaghe. I'd be like,
The thing is, you've got to sort of respect Amir Khan, because when people go into these sort of shows, you never know how they're going to come across, how they're going to be edited, how they're going to be perceived, and in the general consensus, he's come across really well and grown his brand, and people are sort of, especially off the back of the publicity he had before going in there, sort of warmed to him a lot more.
Well, you know what? I think anyone who's been in and around boxing who knows Amir Khan knows he's a nice lad. I don't think too many people in the boxing industry that have too much bad to say about Amir Khan. He's a nice lad, isn't he? But you know what? At 17, a silver medal in the Olympics, kind of being the poster boy then for ITV, your pro debut, the main event on ITV for however many years, and everything that's happened to him in his life. He was a superstar from such a young age, and it's difficult, isn't it, to always say the right things or to always come across how you really are. So in ways you're protected from it, in other ways you're not protected enough from it all. And I think that the jungle was good, where he was in there for a couple of weeks. Because the good thing about those shows, like the jungle and that, you can't keep an act up for 2 weeks. Do you know what I mean? You are going to be yourself. And that's why people like these reality TV shows, because you couldn't keep it up for 2 weeks, and you put a bit of adversity in there, hunger, fears. Do you know what I mean? And it brings out the true personality. So it was good. I'm glad that he came across so well, because I know him personally, and he's a nice lad.
Did you expect him to be sometimes a bit perceived to be not as bright as what people thought he was before he went into the jungle? Some of the comments he got a lot of stick for, and some of the stuff. Is that obviously how you saw him before, the real Amir?
So sometimes I think when you're talking to Amir personally, you're obviously talking to the lad, and that's the truth. So I think sometimes in interviews, like again, I'm going back to when he was young and he was kind of thrust into the spotlight in boxing, and maybe in boxing we're not as kind of geared up for it, or we're not kind of coached towards it as maybe some other sports are, or other industries. But with Amir Khan, sometimes early days, I thought he sounded quite scripted when he was talking. I didn't think he'd come across that well. But then when you meet him in person, he's a nice lad, and he's different. So I think the jungle was a good thing for him.
One of the big signings of the MTK, Tyson Fury. We saw some tweets from Frank Warren today insisting that he will be applying for his British Boxing Border Control licence for Tyson Fury. Potentially April, we can see the pin back out. Good news, and can you confirm this?
I can't confirm anything, but I think it's great news, all the sound bites, and I think it will happen. Who wouldn't want to see Tyson Fury back in the ring? You know what I mean? He's probably the funniest man on social media. Any videos of I'm watching it again and again. He's hilarious, and forget the humorous side. What a really good fighter. He, like he says himself, he is the lineal heavyweight champion of the world. I know AJ's the man now, but no one beat Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? When Vladimir Klitschko was the man, he's the man who beat the man, and he's a nightmare for anyone. You know, I actually thought he would beat Vladimir Klitschko because I thought he's got 5 or 6 different styles going along. He's massive. He's got a really good jab. He moves his head. He's got good lateral movement. I thought he's going to be a nightmare for Vladimir Klitschko, and even psychologically, he done him, didn't he? You know, he got into his head. Yeah, he done him. Vladimir Klitschko, I think it's great news. Great news for boxing. Great news for him personally, and great news for MTK. Great news for everyone.
MTK is obviously booming. We saw Billy Joe Saunders out in Canada. Fantastic performance against him. And everybody probably realising what MTK and you guys have known for a long time about Billy Joe Saunders. He is the real deal.
That was probably, that might have been the performance of the year, where anyone, he just boxed his head off. You know, from first bell right to the last, pillar to post, ran rings round him. You know, even had his little bit of showboating, and you know what it is. I always say, boxers and trainers. You know, you do get good trainers, you get not so good trainers, but then you could get 5 or 10 of the best trainers in the world, but they're not necessarily going to suit each fighter. It's a marriage, and I think Dominic Ingle and Billy Joe, it's a good marriage. I think they suit each other. He's the trainer that suits what his physical attributes are, what his strengths are. It suits him, and he was the right man for the job, and it showed in his performance.
You've been retired from boxing for quite a while now. You seem to be kicking on with your career. We've seen you become a bit of a face on Sky Sports in your own right for your analytical work, breaking down fights. Any comes back at a time of putting the gloves on again? Have you ever crossed your mind to have one last roll of the dice?
Not really. I mean, when you're at the fights, and a couple of the ones where the atmosphere is really good, the entrance, the music, the crowd's going, you think, I'd love to be fighting tonight, but they're very few and far between, and they quickly pass. Now I don't fancy getting punched in the head anymore. I didn't do things the easy way. I won't say I took one to give one. I usually took 2 or 3 to give one, and some of the time. And no, it was a tough career, a long career. Great career. Proud of it. Happy. Had a great time. Would love to do it all again. But now I had my day. Every dog has his day, and I certainly had mine. And now I'm enjoying life on this side of the ropes now.
Seems to be putting in a lot of work with young protege and potential love child Michael Condon. How is that relationship developing with you and Michael? You seem to spend a lot of time with him one-on-one out in the States. How do you think that's developing, and how is he progressing as a fighter?
Yeah, well, like I say, when Michael signed, I moved over to America kind of with him, really, to really give him a year, to really push him off the ground. He's based out in Los Angeles. I was kind of between LA and New York, kind of really banging the drum for him in New York, in around like on a bar level, street level type thing. Obviously got Top Rank promoting him on a television and online, etc. But in terms of word of mouth, the Irish community and everything, I was kind of really banging the drum there for him. But he's I've kind of, like you say, we had the management buy-in at MTK, so Jamie's going to kind of take my place with regards to that now. But Mick, it's not just boxer manager, it's a friendship. So Mick can ring me anytime he wants, and we'll stay in touch. But he had the dream pro debut, and he's gone on from there. He opened